So you've decided that you want to have your own personal skates. Maybe you go to roller rinks a lot and it would be much cheaper in the long run to just have your own pair rather than rent each time. Maybe you want to try park skating, or maybe you're like me and you just really want to have that 24/7 access to a set of wheels because you're obsessed. Leave a comment right now letting me know why you want to have your own pair of roller skates. So what now? Where should you start looking for your pair of perfect skates? Stick around to find out. My name is Emily and this is Wheel Your Own Way. I post new skate content 3 times a week, so you're going to want to subscribe below so that you can stay updated. One way to find skates is to walk right into a store. Target, Walmart, Zoomies, Dick's Sporting Goods, Cabela's. If you walk into any of these places, you are likely to find a pair of cheap skates. Chicago, Impala, maybe the roller derby brand. Buy these at your own risk. My first pair of skates were Chicago skates, and they completely fell apart after a couple of months. The thing is, I knew what I was getting into and that they were kind of iffy skates. So I made sure that I had all of the right safety gear, knowing that I would eventually fall and fall hard. I don't recommend you get any of these skates. I'm simply putting it out there into the universe so that you are aware that they exist, and if that is monetarily all you are able to do, then that's fine. But don't be fooled by the marketing. Chicago skates are not good. Impala, they're crap, as well as the roller derby brand. Don't let anyone fool you. If you have one of those skates though, like I did, own it. Don't be ashamed. If you're excited to get a pair of skates and you get a cheap pair because you just can't wait, and you know that it's not a very good pair and maybe you're saving up for a better pair, good on you. Do whatever you want to do. However, if there is a roller rink near you, I would highly suggest you continue to just rent roller skates. Even though that money might add up, it's worth it to just keep renting those roller skates at the rink rather than buy a cheap pair of skates that are of low quality. As I said, I started out with Chicago brand skates, but in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have got that because I was so incredibly frustrated the day that they started to tear apart and the boot came off of the heel. The key thing here is that I knew going in that my Chicago skates would likely not last me more than a few months. Do not be fooled. Do not fall into the trap that so many new roller skaters fall into by seeing these shiny brands that are cheap. They're not good. Okay? So the places I've mentioned so far are stores that you can likely walk into and walk out with a pair of skates. Another place you can try is a skate shop. Chances are that there's not going to be a roller skating shop in your town because that is pretty rare, and if there is, I'm jealous. However, it is more likely that there is a general skate shop for skateboards. So go ahead and pop in there or call them up and just pick their brains about anything having to do with roller skating. It's unlikely that they'll be able to answer your questions, but you never know, so it's worth a shot. Another place that is beneficial, but sort of a hit or miss as far as buying skates, is a roller skating rink. I was very surprised to learn that sometimes roller skating rinks sell roller skates. All you have to do is ask a staff member at the rink and they'll let you know, and if they do not sell them, they're going to tell you their recommendation on where to buy skates. In review, the easiest skates to get your hands on for less than $100 are Chicago, roller derby, and Impala. And let me stress again that I do not recommend these skates. However, I think it's very important that people share in the skate community the different skates that are available, and then it's up to you to make that decision. All I can do is say my experience. I had a bad experience with it, so I do not recommend it. I'm not here to judge you for buying these low quality skates, okay? If you can't afford to spend $400 on Moxies like I did, totally don't blame you. And maybe there's not a roller rink nearby that allows you to rent skates for the night. So let's please not get down on each other because somebody has a pair of skates that are of low quality. You don't know their reason behind it. Hopefully, you are able to take some time to save up money in order to buy a decent brand. Speaking of decent brands, now let's get into some of my recommended skate brands for beginner skaters who have a few $100s to spend. Rydell, Bont, Sure Grip. I have Moxie skates. Now, Moxie are sort of under the umbrella of Rydell because they are made in the Rydell factory, which means they are of very high quality, and I do recommend them as well. However, I do not recommend specifically the Moxie Lollies. I've had my Moxie Lolly skates for years now, and they are fantastic. I love them so much. It's important to note, though, that the Moxie Lollies are made of suede. If you're a beginner skater, I simply cannot recommend the Moxie Lollies to you, unless you have very good ankle strength. The suede does not provide any ankle support, and typically the beginner skater is not going to be like me and have a gymnastics background or a dance background. Typically the beginner skater is just your average person who has regular old ankles. I highly recommend that if you do get a Moxie skate, try the Beach Bunny, something that has ankle support. You will thank me later. And the final skate option, in this video at least, is to create your own skate. And for this, I recommend Pigeon Skate Shop. Of course, I'm sure that there are also many other businesses that can help you create your custom skate. If you ordered a pair of skates online and you're waiting anxiously for them to come in, it's not too early to start practicing. Go ahead and click on this video right here where I go through some moves you can start doing without skates that are really going to help you with your balance.